Okay, the Cae Bodfach MAYDAY celebrations is a collaboration between Arts Connection in Llanfyllin and Sector 39's One School, One Planet project. The basic premise is challenging communities to respond to the climate and ecological emergency in a positive way. The two most important things perhaps that we can be thinking of is, well, planting trees, because they draw down carbon, but also is protecting and enhancing biodiversity. So we need to plant a diversity of trees, and we need to think about the habitats, the precious environments that have been eroded and degraded by 20th century, 21st century development. This was a really wonderful day. So Cae Bodfach we began in 2014. It's a heritage orchard. There's 100 different species of fruit trees in there, underplanted with herbs and bee-friendly plants, and we've created a herb garden and lots of currants and and so forth, interesting shrubs and things. The day was just about celebration. It's May. The garden looks just lovely, covered in blossom. The beginnings of the new season to be celebrated and to enjoy being outside. It was a truly wonderful day, actually. Just so many people came through, 50, 60, 70, I don't know, I lost count. People came, stayed for an hour or two, joined in, we were swapping plants, chatting about the garden, chatting about the future. All the kids got their faces painted, we're playing lovely games and hiding eggs and just creating an excuse. So the other side of the climate emergency, the thing that we need to be doing is to be building stronger communities. We all need to be working together, collaborating, being much more aware of each other's needs and so forth. So really in many ways this was just an embodiment of all of those aspirations, all of those hopes and dreams, to bring together people to celebrate, whilst at the same time responding meaningfully to these huge and colossal challenges that we're facing. So this has been just a joyous occasion, really. The highlight, and why I put on the title, Creating the Legend of Bodfach, of Cae Bodfach, was to do with the fact that we had a storyteller there, a wonderful woman called Fiona, I believe, and she came for the day to tell stories and entertain the children, and that was just a lovely little element of it. And she came up to me towards the end of the afternoon and saying, tell me the story of Cae Bodfach. Tell me how this garden came about, and she'll try and weave it into a story, which she did so beautifully. And she caught the attention of everybody who was still there, which was still a good number of people, and it made me think about how we create our own legends, how we create our own stories, how the memories of what we've done become embedded into community. And I realised that was also a very, very important part of what this event was about, was building those links between the people and the place, and making people feel like they had a sense of belonging of it and ownership of it as a community resource. So she told this lovely story, and actually the garden links together lots of different places and aspirations that we've been having as a community for getting on for 10 years. Actually, we ran a PDC, a Permaculture design course, down at the Llanfyllin Workhouse in 2010, in May 2010, so actually exactly 9 years ago. Where we developed lots of ideas and aspirations for community growing and so forth, and wanting to create something like this. It just so turned out that Llanfyllin wasn't quite ready for such a thing at the time, and the ideas that we developed took root in Newtown, a place called Cwmharry, a compost factory actually, waste management. A place where they were turning food waste into compost, and using some of the compost and the resources from the organisation. We took the ideas from the permaculture course from Llanfyllin and started a garden project, which in its turn won support from the National Lottery, which created the Get Growing project and the Cultivate Centre. And the final part of the Get Growing project, which was to sort of develop horticulture training in Newtown and a demonstration site, was to create 2 satellite gardens. And Cae Bodfach was one of those, and it was begun in 2014. We started thinking about it in 2013 and started planting it in 2014. And every year since, we've been adding to it. And now it's really starting to present itself, and it's great fun to be celebrating that, to celebrate that story, and to celebrate the space, and to bring people together to enjoy it and to mark the passings of the season, and just to be ambitious about what we can do next in terms of responding to the climate.